Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Cadd 212 for Delgado on Wednesday, September 29th. Today's the last class of the midterm semester. On Monday, we'll be starting a new project. So in today's class, we're just going to be reviewing the work that you've done so far, going over the expectations for the midterm project per the instructions in Canvas, and then opening the floor to any questions. So let me go ahead and jump into Canvas. And what I'm talking about as far as expectations of the instructions for the midterm. So we want to make sure that we've got all this stuff checked off in our project, make sure that we have all this done. So for your final exam, it's going to look very similar to this. So this is a good practice to make sure that you ace the final. You want to make sure that we have all this information complete. Draw the included Cadd floor plan in Revit using temporary dimensions to achieve correct measurements. So you should have that correct. Should be at a point where you can have that's easy to do now. Continuing the draw of floor plan using Revit parameters, and pay attention to where the location lines is. This should be really basic, and you should have this under, be comfortable with doing this right now. Should be also comfortable with creating the different wall types. We've gone over that a few times, so I'm not going to go over that again. The different slabs, ceilings, how to create these, finished floors, all the different parameters of the roof. We've only gone over that a little bit, so this may need a little practice. If you need to have questions about that, again, that's fine. Doors and windows are pretty easy to do, and then creating a site. So everything that we've done in this project so far has been covered within this exam. We also talked about sheets, how to create the sheets. You're going to create 4 sheets as opposed to just the 3 here, because I did ask you to do a title page as well. So floor plan, site plan, and 2 elevation sheets, and then update that to Canvas. If you can figure out something in extra credit, I can't think of anything that we haven't really touched or gone over yet. Usually this is just, made for just the exam, so don't really worry about that. But concentrate on this stuff right here. So what I would recommend doing is just opening this midterm exam and going back to your Revit drawing to make sure everything kind of lines up. So one thing I know that's a little off in here that is a good learning tool is that when we created the slab, we didn't change any parameters in the slab. So we drew it, it's drawn perfectly, but the slab itself is not following these instructions. It's not a 17-inch cast in place concrete slab. So how do we fix that? So let's jump back to Revit. Slab's active, as you can see, and in our properties, in our type selector, we see that it's just a generic 12-inch floor. Well, that's not what we want. So let's go into edit. Let's duplicate and rename that, and that's going to be our slab, 17 inches in finishes. So same as when we go into editing walls, we'll go into edit here. And let's notice this information that we have in here. That is only set to 1 foot, so we need that to be 17 inches. So let's change that to 17 inches. And now it was requested to be cast in place concrete, but we didn't change the material here either. So let's go ahead and change that. Jump into that. Materials browser should look familiar now. We'll just look for concrete cast in place gray. So that's what we're going to use, cast in place concrete. Remember to check user under appearance, and we'll hit OK. So let's jump out of here. We got everything corrected, correct thickness, and the correct material. And notice how that corrected itself. Now with this still active, I have a 17-inch cast in place concrete floor, and it's now correct. You saw how it just kind of increased in size just that little bit. But that's how you correct that. Everything else in the house should be just go back and forth between the information that we have here and your Revit drawing. And what I recommend students to do is that, you know, as you correct this, you know, if you printed this out, put a little check mark by it, say, that's done, I know that's done. Ceilings, know that's done, check. Especially for the roofs, because people get tripped up on the roofs a lot. So as you do these different things in your roof, make sure you check that off. Added fascia and gutters, check, check. 3-foot overhang, check. So just by brushing up on this and reviewing this, this is going to ensure that your drawing is really good. It's also a good lesson, like for the real world, where if you get a list of information that you need to be included in your drawing from your boss, then you can just go back and check off and make sure everything's correct. So think of it like that. It's an exercise like that, making sure that your drawing is complete and that your boss doesn't have to come back and check a bunch of stuff off and give it back to you, that you can get it right the first time. Think about it like that. So I don't have a lot of other stuff to go over with y'all today. I just wanted to go over that other stuff and really have you use this time to really tweak this project and get it together so it looks good when you turn it in. And now I'll go ahead and open the floor to any questions that y'all have. Oops. Does anybody have any questions about that or would like me to go over something with you if you're having trouble with something? But remember, this midterm is due on Friday, and I'll have your grades ready by next class on Monday, and we'll start a new project on Monday. Everybody comfortable?
I do
Yes,
have a
yes,
problem.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's great. Well, we'll just keep it a short class today. If anything does come up, y'all remember that you can text me. I'm available today for any kind of text questions and stuff like that if you do have any issues. But if there's no questions, just go ahead and make sure you correct that slab size for the information that we did today. You should have the YouTube link. I included that in the email this morning. And then, you know, review those. So I think everybody should be in pretty good shape, and we'll have a better idea after we get a chance to review the midterm, but I am available for text questions. So feel free to shoot that to me if you need it. But besides that, I got nothing else for y'all today. Just go ahead and work on the project and get it complete to the best of your ability.
I do have a question.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, I still got the same problem that we talked about. And I was thinking if I can find somebody like in class to help me work with, like it'll borrow me the computer, or I can work in his computer and do the project that way.
I'm sorry. Who is this?
Fernando.
Oh, hey, Fernando. So you weren't able to get anything corrected on the end of your.
I mean, I tried and I asked people, and well,
That is so weird
unfortunately,
that. So guys, what Fernando's having problems with, and if there's anybody that can help him, that would be great. We're trying to get his Revit set to imperial measurements. For some reason, when he's downloaded that from AutoCAD, it's come in as metric. And the few things that we've tried, and that's per the Revit instructions to get him to get the project to change to imperial, are not working. If there's anybody that is familiar with that, or can give him a hand with that, or even like let him borrow your computer to do his work, feel please email him directly through Canvas and see what we can do. And then Fernando, I'm going to shoot you an email with some other information on it that I found after class, so we can go over that. I have
It's like when I tried, it doesn't show the file, the pure file that it should be there, but it's like it never downloaded.
That's so weird. That's so weird. I've never had that issue before. So there's every semester, y'all, there's always at least one or two things that I've never seen before, and everything gets stumped on. Seems to be one of the worst because we're not able to get his Revit corrected to imperial units. I'm going to do some work on that this morning, Fernando, and I'll text you, but I'm also going to shoot you the information that I found so far on how to do that. But if anybody has any ideas for that or can help Fernando out in any way, please reach out to him directly on Canvas. But let me loop back to you separately, Fernando, and we can take it from there.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Any other questions, y'all? All right, if not, we'll go ahead and drop. Oh, somebody got one?
Nope, all good, all good.
All right, let's go ahead and drop and concentrate on your work today and with this, and text me if you need any help.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you.
everybody. Thanks, y'all. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.